and welcome back to my playthrough of Alien Uprising. Last turn was actually pretty good in respect to errors. One thing I have to mention, though I think I already mentioned in my comment here, is that when I played this scouting support here, I removed an alien token that had not been added this round, and it really says to remove one of the alien tokens draw this turn, but as I'm really going down here, I guess it's okay. So basically I would have played this card one turn before and then it would be okay as well. So not that big of a deal. Apart from that, we are really in a very bad situation. So we have this tunneler here. He's basically about to enter the ship. The same counts for this tunneler. Here we have a complete flood of slashers, more or less trying to get away towards the ship as well. This shield is completely down. The shield in the north seems to hold, but of course also only for this round. So I guess when all these guys will attack, this shield will go down as well. So this might well be the last video of this series, as I'm relatively sure I will lose this game pretty soon. But let's start our new round with our event card, and here we have the lobbed shots. The bug archers adjusted to our shields, lobbing shots over our barrier. Archer cannot be blocked by shields this turn. Awesome. Crewman may negate this event by discarding one shield token from each shield generator in sectors where an archer is present. I think maybe we will do that. But again, when reading this again, it says I can discard this whole event by discarding a shield token from each shield generators in sector where an archer is present. And I think we cannot negate this event because we don't have a shield token here. Not sure if we would be allowed to discard two tokens up in the north in sector 2, but for now I would read it as no. And I'm not sure if I can do that afterwards. Normally I have to deal with this event basically immediately. So I think I have to live with the consequence. I think all the archers will now fire over our barriers basically. I just noticed, I believe I forgot to move the first player token back to the captain because we started with him. Then I did 2 additional turns, so then it was Ellie, then it was Ivan, and I think now Jake should be our first player again, and so I think he will roll the dice accordingly. So let's see what we get here. Oh, come on. Can you believe that? That's 2 alien tokens. Oh, that's really a lot. Okay, yeah, I think there is nothing we can do about that. We have to draw 2 alien tokens for those 2 dice. And I think I will place them... No, I will place one here and one in sector 4 in the south. So let's see what we have here for sector... Okay, that's an event token, a good one. Okay, could be worse. But this doesn't count for the alien token here. So let's see. Here we have a tunneler. That's really bad. Okay, so we move this tunneler also to zone number 1. And then we will draw in sector 4. And here we have another brood. Yeah, okay, pretty sure we won't stand a chance for quite too long. But still we are allowed to re-roll, and I think I will re-roll these 3 dice here. That's another wild. I think we keep it as it is. I think I won't take a risk here. Normally I would say let's wait and maybe we can roll again and hope for a 3rd die. So 3 of a kind to get the bonus dice, but I think I will stop here because we actually need those dice there. They're perfectly fine, I guess. First of all, the captain has to recharge his blaster, so he will keep this die here. Ellie will most certainly attack this round, and I guess Ivan wants to have a wild die because he needs to pump up our shields, I guess. Then I will give a weapon die to the captain and another wild die to Ellie because I'm not 100% sure what I will do with her for her 2nd action here. Jake wants to move out here from zone 2 to zone 1. He definitely needs to keep those tunnelers under control, and he will use this recharge die. And as the capacity is fully depleted, we would have to roll a die, and on the result of 1, the action is basically lost, but nothing worse will happen. So let's hope that's a 4. Perfect. We would be allowed to recharge the blaster, and that's definitely important. Officially I forgot, but I will definitely activate the ghost armor. Normally I really would have to do that before I would actually roll the action dice. I'm playing alone, so hopefully you will apologize this, but she's definitely invisible at this point in time. But still, she will use her combat die to activate her laser rifle, and I think I will only activate it once. So 1 shot, but this 1 shot will inflict 2 wounds, and I will use the close distance, so I only need to roll at 3 in order to do a wound. And as I want to get rid of this scout, I will aim for the scout. I cannot target this tunneler here still underground. I could only do that in a close combat or in a melee basically. Yeah, that's good enough. So I can turn him once and twice, but I know he only has 1 wound, so this scout is out of the game, which is definitely a good thing. Ivan will use his wild dive, therefore he will move 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces to this shield generator, and there he will just add up 2 shield tokens accordingly. He really wants to make sure that Sector 3, if it will be activated, that not everyone will be storming in. And the captain will use his combat die. He will activate his blaster once, and I think he will just go for one of those slashers. He needs to roll at least a 4, so we take a wounded one. So let's see, 1 4, that's enough. So this slasher is also toast. And then, last but not least, we will use this wild die for Ellie to also fire her laser rifle. I think she will only... no, she will roll 2 dice, so we activate the laser rifle basically twice, and it's also, let's say, near range, so she also needs to roll at least a 4, and we will go for one of those healed slashes here, because each hit would do 2 wounds. Oh, can you believe that? And again, I'm failing. Wow, that's at least the 3rd time I'm not doing any hit. So okay, this is okay. We are definitely going down. Okay, these were all the actions for our crewmen, and now we will resolve our alien troops card. And here, okay, that's pretty okay, guys. So we have 1 more alien in 1, 3 in Sector 3, where we already have quite a few, and only Sector 4 will attack. And the good news is we have at least some shields here in Sector 2, even though this shield is only worth 2 points, so not sure what good it will do to us. Let's do the placement of the aliens. I will do that off camera. So in Sector 1 I had to draw 2 alien tokens. So the card only says 1, but I have this gestation card which says if a leader is present I have to add 1 alien token. And guess what? Therefore we also drawn this card and I believe this event card, so this is definitely already a bad thing. In Sector 2 we didn't have any new spawnings, but I drew this for Sector 3, and before I add new aliens to Sector 4 we have to perform the attack there. And as usual we will start with the archers. Now we have a problem. The archer will not hit the shields in this turn because of our event card. Next they would attack any crewmen that are in the sector. The problem is, you see that there are no crewmen in the sector. So this archer will directly attack our ship. So they will roll their attack die as usual, and for each 5 or 6 this will be a hit. And this also means we would have the gestation marker 1 step ahead for that. So this is really a problem. So let's see how good this archer shot. That's 2 and a 3. That's perfect. So this archer did not hit. Definitely a good thing. But then we have the brutes, and I think, yeah, we cannot really help it. Okay, this will definitely bring down this shield token, because that's only a 2. Then we have still a 3, 3 and 1. And if we are lucky, yeah, we are lucky. Wow, that's perfect. So this brute takes now 3 hits. So for each die that's not higher than this shield, he will take a wound. So this is basically 2 wounds, enough to turn him. And then we have a 3rd wound that will actually kill this brute. This was really a good roll. So at least the shields did us some good. But now we come to the next brute, and he will also roll 4 dice. And yeah, so here we already see this shield is completely down. Good thing is the brute will stop his movement or his attack, because he used up all of his attack die. And then we would move on to the scavenger, right? So the scavenger will just take, yeah, let's go with this. Really doesn't matter. I guess we don't have a chance anyway. And this slasher will just move 1 zone ahead. He would attack in crewman, but there is none. So basically this attack was pretty much okay, I have to confess. So I think this was definitely a good alien troop card for us. I nearly forgot, but of course we need to bring in more troops. I think we had 2 in sector 4, yeah. So we have a slasher. Okay, it's not such a big deal. And here we have, oh, tunneler, that is a big deal. So we will place him also in sector 1, very close to the ship. And then we have to deal with those event tokens. So here it's pretty, no, we start with this one. This was also one. This is one of those 2 tokens, so we will move up the gas station marker 1, 2 spaces ahead. Another token, this was a red event. Here we have basically both, so the ship will move and also the gas station marker, so we will have another gas station. So this goes down, and this token is definitely a good thing, so we will be allowed to move the ship 1 space ahead. Still, we have to deal with the gas station now. And this is really terrible. Alien build-up. The first hive of bugs has gestated, and they are gathering in numbers now, preparing to swarm. Add +1 alien to the number of alien tokens drawn for each sector on the alien troops card during the alien action phase. And of course I have to add the support troops gestation card for sector 1 as well. So we have a +2 here in sector 1. Okay, that's really awful. But at least we are allowed to draw new card. This is the captain orders. We already know that. Then for Ali, we have the eagle eye discount when you make a range to automatically inflict a wound. This is perfect. We definitely will need that. And then we have 1 card for Ivan Star. Let me check. This says technical manual discard to enable another crewman to change an action die to the engineering icon. That's definitely not bad. Okay, let's move on to the next round by drawing our next event card. Quicker than we thought. The bugs continue to come at us. They are faster than us and more deadly. Each alien token rolled adds 1 extra alien token to each zone for this turn. The crewman may negate this event by advancing the alien gestation token 1 space. And yeah, what the heck, we're already so close to our final breath, so let's move it on. So we don't have to deal with any additional icons or alien tokens in this round. But I just figured Ellie will be our starting player or first player, and she would be allowed to re-roll alien tokens without adding alien tokens. So I think we can live with this alien event. They're not that fast as they thought. Let's roll the action dice. Okay, here we have 2 of those. That's good. We will re-roll, I guess. We will keep this one. We need that for Ellie. Let's re-roll those 2 dice. That's another one. Perfect. So we would be allowed to, or we have to re-roll those die. I will keep this weapon die, and we have 2 bonus die. That's perfect. And here we have some more weapons. Okay, this observation is not entirely great, but we can give this to the captain. So we definitely have a lot of good dice in this round. Okay, that's definitely a good thing. Okay, let's give the charge die to Ellie. She definitely needs to recharge her laser rifle. Then we will give this die to Ivan, and he will use his toolkit. And he would be allowed to change one of your action dice to an engineering action. Just what we needed. Perfect. We give this die to Jake. He will re-roll that immediately, and he has a recharge icon. Oh, that's not great. Okay, still we have some dice left, so I think that should be fine. And then it's pretty easy. She will get a weapon, he will get a weapon, Jake will get a weapon, and Ellie gets a second weapon. I think this turn we can really do some serious damage. Again, I forgot it, but really I wanted to activate the ghost armor, believe me. So she is invisible again. The first thing she will do with this action die, she will try to recharge her laser rifle again. We must not roll a 1. Perfect. So this laser rifle is recharged. She will stay where she is, so I think that's definitely a good starting position for her. Okie dokie. Ivan will take his combat die. Yeah, I think he will do that. He will move 1 space down there. There he will use his sonic driver, so he will tap it, and this would allow him to pick up a debris token without having to discard an action die. So let's do that. So take this one, come on, that's another crystal, but okay, we take it. That's definitely not too bad. So we still have our action, and I think with this combat die here, he will activate his blaster and he will try to defeat this slasher. So he's allowed to roll 2 dice, and this time I will use the blue dice. So he's looking for a 3, yeah, because he's in the same zone and sector basically. Yeah, perfect. So this is 1 shot towards this slasher who is going down. Before Jake is using this die here, he will, or basically Ellie will use the tactical advice card, this card, to enable another crewman to re-roll 1 action die. So we definitely will use that and see what we get. Perfect, another weapon symbol. This was really awesome. Okay, so he can really do some damage as well. And as he is close to a tunneler, he will now activate his laser sword, and this would let him use 1 energy, roll 1 die, and add +1 to all your melee die results this turn. And he will also use his blaster, though these are 2 hands, and when he would do a melee attack, he would be allowed to roll 1 die. So basically he can now roll 2 dice, and both dice will have a +1, which is definitely perfect. And of course he will go for one of those tunnelers. So he will roll 2 dice, the tunneler will roll 2 dice as well, and then we compare the dice, but we have a +1 on the blue dice, which is a good thing. So that's a 7, perfect, and a 3. So we compare the single highest die was the defender here. This is the red one, so this one does hit, this one unfortunately not, so he would inflict only 1 wound here. I think I will not, or should I? Should I reroll? No, I think I will leave it as it is. So we have done a wound on this tunneler here because 6, and that's really tough. I should have rerolled beforehand, I guess. So I missed that, but I still will do another attack. So I will definitely make use of the lucky coin in my later attack. At least this tunneler is hurt already. Now it's a turn of Ellie. She will use her attack die here as well, and she's still cloaked with her ghost armor, and if you would attack while invisible, you do 1 wound prior to rolling any dice. And I will also play the sneak attack, so I will inflict 2 wounds on this tunneler basically automatically. So this tunneler is definitely killed as well. Ivan has to do some repairs, or at least he has to take care of the shield, so he'll move 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces to this shield generator and will place 2 shield tokens accordingly. The captain will do the same as last turn, so he will activate his laser sword and he will use his blaster as well. This time we will go for this tunneler. This time we won't forget to roll the lucky coin, so we will roll 2 dice together. So let's see. Okay, that's a 5 and a 4, so that's a 6. Ah, that's tough. Again, we don't do enough damage, even with a +1. I really hate this. So this is the highest die. Ah, come on. Okay, this was really stupid. Can I do something? Yeah, let's re-roll the dice. So let's use a lucky coin. Okay, that's a 6 and a 6 basically. So again, this, yeah, no, this doesn't hurt. This doesn't hurt. The 6 worth a 6. That's not enough. So I think we didn't hurt this tunneler here either. Wow. I really hate those melee attacks. Yeah, okay. I cannot really help it, but I think we still have one action with Ellie here, so she will use her combat die. She's still cloaked. Oh, that's part of a problem. Not sure. Should we cloak him? Because if he will move, he will not attack her because she cannot be attacked. That's tough. No, I think we have to move in here basically with the attack die. So we have to make sure that someone is in the ship in case the tunneler will move there. That's really a problem. Okay, so we will move her into that ship. But from here she cannot... Oh, this was really stupid. I should have used the ghost armor. Shouldn't have used... Yeah, okay. Cannot help it. So she can only target someone here in sector 4. Unfortunately, this tunneler cannot be targeted because he's still in a tunnel and all the others are too far away now. Poof, this was really a tough one. I really was hoping for something good, but yeah, I think fate is not on our side, I guess. Let's draw the alien troop cards, and remember we have a +1 or +2 in sector 1. That's 5 tokens. And a +1 on all the other tokens because of the gestation card. But first of all, we have to perform an attack in sector 1. And I believe first these slashers will move here. So the shields are no longer keeping them, only they are taking or kept out. And I think we will start with the closest in first. At least this is what I assume, maybe I'm wrong. So we will move this slasher ahead, and they will both now attack the captain here. I think we will just start with this fully healed slasher, so they will roll 2 dice. The captain could use his laser sword again, and I can roll 1 die. No, I guess not. I will just roll this single die, so I will just use the blaster as my melee defense, whatever. No, not for the melee defense, not the blaster. That's crap, I have my normal defense die. So let's see. Yeah, of course, that's 2 6s. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so the captain now takes 2 wounds. That's 1 and 2. But he's really angry now. So he will use his counterattack card. And this says discard when suffering a wound, which you just did. You may make a counterattack adding +2 to each die rolled. And of course, we will leverage the blaster. So we'll activate the blaster basically. So we will roll 2 dice. We need at least a 3. Perfect, 2 3s. So 1 wound, another wound. This slasher is down. Awesome. Still, this slasher will do an attack as well, so he will also hit the captain. I will keep it more or less the same. Okay, perfect. None of those dice have done any damage. I don't have any... Yeah, I do have a counterattack, but I don't want to use it yet because maybe I want to wait for the tunneler because I really can get rid of him. That's definitely a good thing. So this was the attack of this slasher. And now we have to roll... Wow. Awesome. 4 attacks, and all these attacks have a +1 here. We must not forget this. So let's just start with this one. He will go for the shield, of course. Yeah, that's a 7. 7 should be sufficient for this one. This is now a 2. Perfect, that's not enough. Then we come to the second slasher, also adding +1. That's a 6. That's also sufficient to take him out. So this die, so this slasher is being dealt with. And next, these 2 slashers will just move ahead. Luckily, there is no character in this zone or crewman, so they will stop their attack here. Of course, I still need to resolve the tunnelers. I will start with this tunneler with 2 dice. I will just roll my standard defense die because basically I want to take a wound in order to use my counter attack. So let's see. That's... Oh, that's not in... Oh, that's a... Oh no, it's +1. So this is a 5. 5 beats a 5. So okay, this tunneler doesn't do any wounds. So let's move over to this tunneler here, also doing the same. That's a 6 and a 4. So basically both will do a hit. So that's a 7 and a 5 because of the leader who's present. Again, Jake will take 2 wounds. again he will use the counterattack here. For the counterattack I have to use my laser sword because I can only defeat those or attack those in a melee combat. So let me see, I will roll 1 die for the laser sword and 1 die for the blaster. So here we also will roll 2 dice. I have a +1, he has a +1. Okay, that's a 6, so that's 7 and 4 versus 4 basically. So 1 hit, and this is definitely enough to take out this tunneler here at least. I also noticed I completely forgot the assault armor. So every time Jake would take a hit, it would have to go to the assault armor. And I really cannot recall. But I think he just had 1, then he took 4 more hits now from the attacks in this turn. So I guess this ghost or assault armor is definitely down. I'm pretty sure about that one, which also means he's basically fully healed or has still his full health, which is kind of okay, but I think apart from that we should be good. And now I have to add 5 alien tokens there, but before I do that I will play I Hate Bugs. Discard to ignore all aliens drawn this turn by a crewman, including you. Must still play all event tokens. So I still have to draw all of those tokens, which is kind of stinks. But yeah, I have to do it because the tokens or the event tokens will still count, but none of the other tokens will be placed on the board. And especially with this 5 here in Sector 1, that's definitely something that's important. So let's do that now. And I've just drawn only Sector 1, 2, 3, because in Sector 4 we will still have an attack. So these are the aliens that will not be placed on the board, and these are all the event tokens I've drawn this round, and I'm still not ready for this round. So these have to be resolved later in the planetary step, and these will just be put aside, and I think I will have to put them in the bag pretty soon. Let's do the attack here. So first of all, this archer will try to hit those shields. So let's see. 6 and a 3. That's a 5. That's enough to take out this shield. This is a 4, which is not enough, but again, the archer doesn't take a hit. Then we will roll for the brute. He will roll 4 dice, and I guess this will be more than enough, yeah, to take down this shield as well. But still, the attack of the brute is over, but the slasher will move here, and the slasher will also find Ivan here, so he has to defend himself from the slasher. And I guess before we do that, he will play his bionic arm discard to defeat any alien automatically in melee combat, which we just do. So this slasher is killed by the bionic arm. Good job, Ivan. Still, we have the tunneler. The tunneler will move into the ship. He cannot target her, but still she's in the ship. So we have not lost the game. So this guy is crawling around in the ship trying to find her. Whatever he can smell Ellie, but he will not destroy the ship for now. And now she can also use her blaster or her laser rifle against this tunneler because they're now in the same space. And he left the tunnel apparently. But then we still have to add 2 more tokens down there. Of course, another, wow, event token. I'm not sure. This is a slasher, which is okay. Second one is another archer here on this sector. Okay, let's deal with our event tokens. 1, 2, 3, we have a gas station and the ship will move. So we have to, let's do a counter here. So we have 1 gas station. No, let's take this one. So we have 1 gas station to deal with. So we start all over again here. Then we have this one, another 1, 2, 3. Ship will move again, and 4. So we have to deal with 2 gas station, which means the gas station deck is now empty. So the next time we speed through this gas station board, we actually have lost this game. So let's bring it back to 0. So this is the first gestation card, setting of 2 suns. The bugs hate the cold and rarely gestate or attack during the freezing night. Crewmen may add 4 shield tokens to any shield generator, but must suffer 1 wound per shield token added. Wow, that's definitely a good thing. I think we will do that, but we have to also refill the alien dog, so we have to add another red event die. This is this one. So we will replenish the event deck anytime soon. And now we have to think of using this special effect for that's a one-time effect. So we have to deal with that right now. The captain is doing fine, I guess. So we will place 2 shield tokens here, and we will place 2 shield tokens here. That's basically 4 wounds that the captain has to take. So he's down to 5. And I guess Ivan will also take 2 wounds to power up this shield, because there's a lot of aliens coming from that direction. So he's down to 4 hit points, and maybe Ali will take a wound as well to power up this shield down there. This was the first card, so let's see what the last gestation card will bring us. And this is the Gathering Storm. The incessant buzzing from the bugs is wearing on us as they fall back to regroup with their newborns. Move all alien tokens in Zone 2 back to Zone 3. Okay. When refilling the alien bag, add 1 red event token. I think that's not too bad, actually. So we will add this one. This is another normal gestation token, and really move all tokens in Zone 2 back to Zone 3. Wow. That's really cool. Yeah, let's do that. So basically those 2 slashes will move away, and those slashes will also move away. That's really cool. Unfortunately, these guys will stay where they are because they're in Zone 1, but apart from that, at least our shields are up now, and we can really upgrade this shield here as well, this shield generator. So there is a chance that we will at least survive this round in respect to attacks. But I guess the next gestation will definitely bring us down. And of course, for each gestation we are allowed to draw a card. So this is Jake, Inspired Leadership. This card to enable to reroll all failed dice. That's cool. And Quick Thinking. Then 2 for her. I Got Your Back. This card to enable another crewman in your sector to ignore all wounds. Cool. I've seen this before. To enable another crewman to ignore one of the alien gestation card's special rules. Okay, that's definitely not a bad thing. And then for Ivan, last but not least, Energy Boost to recharge any item by 2. Cool. And add +2 to die roll when activating Unstable Energy Crystal. I think our only chance right now is to survive now, but I think, no, there's not a chance. I think we will definitely lose this game, but still, I want to play it until the bitter end, I guess. Hopefully you enjoyed my playthrough so far, and I'm terribly sorry for all the mistakes I've been doing, or let's say most of the items I kept forgetting. These were most important, but nevertheless I think this is a great game and I cannot wait to continue my playthrough. Hope to see you soon in my next video. Until then, bye bye.